Let's get to our Aaron Jones. I know, Aaron, you've been spending time talking to students and to parents tonight. We know it's been a really, really tough day for them. What are they telling you?
It has been a tough day, Nicole, and tonight we spoke to some students who say that they witnessed all of this, and understandably, they're scared to go back to school. They say this is the second time that they've experienced something like this, and they believe there needs to be changes moving forward.
I heard five shots go off. It was right next to my classroom. They told me, get down and turn the lights off. My teacher locked the door, closed it, did all the procedures that they were supposed to do. Just sat there.
Delia Martin, a junior at Wilmer-Hutchins High School, later learning at least 4 people were hospitalized with non-life-threatening injuries.
It was very traumatic, honestly. And it was the second time it happened.
Almost exactly a year ago, there was another shooting at this school. A gun got past the metal detectors and a student was shot in the leg. Martin's mom is fed up.
Honestly, I'm afraid for my daughter to even go back to that school at all because I don't feel like she's safe there.
As a father who lost his son to senseless gun violence, I understand what our parents are going through, the nervousness, the anxiety.
Dallas ISD trustee Maxie Johnson says he's working to address gun violence in schools. After last year's shooting, he hosted a town hall and looked at the safety and security procedures in place.
And we just made sure that the metal detectors was continue to work properly, make sure that staff was in place where it needed to be. And so, again, policy was followed.
He says in this latest incident, once the investigation is complete, they'll have more information for the community.
And we're going to continue to stand together and advocate for more resources and advocate to make sure that our kids are safe.
And in the meantime, Trustee Johnson told us that he hopes the students and staff utilize the mental health professionals that will be at the school next week when they return. Reporting live, Aaron Jones, CBS News, Texas.
We hope those resources bring them some sort of peace. Aaron, thank you. And again, we know classes are canceled there for the rest of the week.
Well, as we go forward, stay with CBS News Texas. We will be getting more details on this story and always continuing coverage. If we're not on air, we're online 24/7, cbsnewstexas.com.
The other big story here at 10 is history could be made at the Texas Capitol tomorrow. The State House expected to vote on that infamous school choice bill. It would create a $1 billion fund, allowing students to use that money for private school if they decide to do so. Senate passed a similar bill in February that we told you about. If it passes in the House tomorrow, those two chambers are going to have to hash out any differences between those two measures. Once it's finalized, though, it goes to Governor Abbott's desk, where he has long indicated he will sign it immediately.
Oh, I was pissed. I still am.
Tempers are flaring as cities all across North Texas lose out on millions of dollars in tax revenue because of deals that are being struck in faraway cities and small towns. And these deals allow apartment complexes, some that have been around for decades, to get away with paying zero taxes while the rest of us pick up the tax slack. And it's all in the name of affordable housing, though critics say that there's no real guarantee that these deals are providing any of that. Our I-Team's Andrea Lucia, first to report on this a year and a half ago. Here we are yet again because this thing has really blown up of late.
Yeah, big-time developers are in this mad dash right now to get these deals done. Cities have been begging the legislature to put a stop to so-called traveling HFCs. Essentially, they say a legal loophole has made it far too easy for apartment complexes to claim their affordable housing and get out of paying any taxes at all. Some cities have lost millions, and developers, they're trying to cash in before it's too late.
I think it's inappropriate at best. It's underhanded.
Arlington Mayor Jim Ross is furious over a deal he says has cost his city and other local government entities more than $1.7 million a year in tax revenue.
Oh, I was pissed. I still am. When you mess with my city, you irritate me.
It all started late last year when Ross says TDI, a Dallas-based real estate developer, approached Arlington's Housing Finance Corporation, or HFC, about getting a tax break in exchange for a pledge to make the Jefferson North Collins apartment complex affordable. When the city declined, the developers traveled 6 hours west to the small town of Pecos with a population just under 13,000 and got its HFC to approve the deal instead. Under Texas law, HFCs created by cities or counties can buy properties, exempt them from all taxes, and then allow private companies to own developments on them. The general expectation is that they do it within their own bounds to create housing for low-income residents, for example. But a little over a year ago, we first discovered the Cameron County HFC down in Brownsville approving deals all across Texas. Small towns like Pecos have since adopted this traveling HFC model as well, operating far outside their boundaries. Pecos' HFC only became active in October of last year when the town, looking for solutions to its own housing issues, decided to revive it.
We need to be innovative in finding ways of subsidizing our housing authorities.
In the last 4 months, in North Texas alone, it's approved more than a dozen deals in Dallas, Fort Worth, Arlington, Grand Prairie, Louisville, Irving, Rowlett, Haltom City, and Azle, taking more than $500 million worth of property off the region's tax rolls.
Pecos gets paid by developers for every tax break it signs off on. What was your reaction?
It caused my blood pressure to go up. My first question was, what in the world are they doing? What makes them think that they know better than the city of Arlington what this community needs and doesn't need?
We sent emails to Pecos City leaders, the town's HFC, and the developer on the deal in Arlington. We have yet to receive a response. But in a letter to Mayor Ross, the Pecos HFC's executive director wrote that it aims to provide housing options for Texas's essential workers that are often found in the missing middle of the housing affordability spectrum.
You've been paying about $1,600 for a one-bedroom?
Yeah, with all the amenity fee and everything.
Rika Zahara, who lives at Jefferson North, shared an email she received announcing the complex would now be offering select units through the Attainable Housing Program, designed for individuals within the area median income. News that she assumed would mean lower rents for lower-income neighbors.
Did they tell you how much the discount was?
No.
The email, though, never mentions the complex is lowering its rent. And under Texas law, it's not actually required to. It only needs to ensure half its units are filled by tenants with a household income of about $88,000 or less. It also doesn't mention what it's getting in return.
They're not paying any taxes now. They got out of all of their taxes, 100%.
Oh, I don't know that. That is another thing we have to think about it, because no paying at all? 100%?
No taxes.
We have to make up for that somehow, some way.
Mayor Ross says cities could be forced to raise taxes on the rest of their residents or cut spending on public services like street maintenance and public safety.
The audacity of them to do these deals with either developers or with investors who are coming in and buying this stuff simply for financial gain is ridiculous.
Cities like Arlington are now turning to the state legislature, where Representative Gary Gates has led the charge for HFC reform.
In hindsight, can be one of the greatest frauds put on the Texas taxpayers.
Over the last 2 years, he says that abuse has exploded.
This has been such a rapid ramp up. Last year alone, $7.5 billion in assessed values have been wiped off the tax rolls in the state of Texas. This year, with what's being processed, it's another $15 billion.
Why do you think there's a rush right now to get the deals done?
They're rushing for two reasons. One, it's so lucrative. Why would you not do it? And two, they know there's reform coming.
There have been several bills filed so far, but for mayors like Ross, it all comes down to this.
HFCs need to stay in their own backyard. Bottom line.
So far, state lawmakers have held hearings on 2 bills involving HFCs. Representative Gates' bill, HB 21, offers comprehensive reform. It would put much stricter requirements on properties that get these tax exemptions. There is a second bill, though, HB 1585. All it does is limit HFCs moving forward to operating within their own bounds.
Simple question. Any legal action being taken?
Yeah, absolutely. Williamson County, just north of Austin, and Missouri City, just outside of Houston, have both sued so-called traveling HFCs, arguing that even under existing law, this is not legal. You can find all of our reporting on HFCs online at cbsnewstexas.com. You can even find a map where you can see what is happening in your city.